Father Nathan Monk. That's a key search term that I want all of you to be familiar with. I want you to Google those words, Father Nathan Monk. This gentleman is a man of the cloth that apparently worships to people in and around Pensacola, Florida. And apparently in Pensacola, there'd been a bit of a controversy regarding protests that were being made in front of the city council. And so at a recent city council meeting, this honored man of the cloth stood before the elected city council in a public forum and made the bold proposition that people have a right to redress their grievances and to stand in front of their elected leaders without the fear of arrest. And yet that is exactly what happened to this Father Nathan Monk while he was making a presentation. He was nearly subject to arrest because he dared to stand before elected leaders and make a protest. Now, when you Google those terms and you get to the YouTube video, I encourage you to watch the entire thing. It's only about 5 minutes long. But if you don't have the patience for that, scroll forward to number 257. It's key there because at the 2-minute and 57-second mark, the father is protesting the gross abuse of power. And it is at that instant when he said that what he sees before him is a gross abuse of power that he is immediately cut off and law enforcement officers come behind him and attempt to arrest him, or at least begin to arrest him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is another example of the gross abuse of power that we see occurring all across this country. We see Scott Olson, a veteran from the Iraq War, shot in the head by paramilitary forces. We see Tony Bologna, a white-shirted New York City police officer, pepper spraying people in the face. We see the UC Davis protesters out in UC Davis, California, likewise being hit with pepper spray. And all across this country, we see our basic rights being decimated, crushed, the Constitution just absolutely trampled on. We see the National Defense Authorization Act of 2012, Section 1031 of that, which now, for the first time ever, makes it a permit possibility that the president can arrest a United States citizen here on soil. That citizen could be held and detained indefinitely with no trial and no charges levied against him. An act that was signed into law by Congress, or at least passed by Congress, and will presumably be signed into law by the president. We see this SOPA, Stop Online Piracy Act, which is another attempt to censor and to squelch protests from across this country. Now, one of the things that makes me so furious is that America just isn't getting it. Citizens all across this country are more concerned with holiday celebrations, what's going on with their kids in school, what's going on with football, and what's going on with those damn Kardashians, rather than paying attention to real, serious, and profound things. I encourage every one of you, I beg every one of you to search the term Father Nathan Monk and look what happens to this honored man of the cloth at the 2-minute 54 mark when he's about drug away by armed police. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is crumbling all around us. Our rights are being violated in ways that would be unthinkable just a few years ago. Here in the state of Florida, in addition to seeing honored folks like Father Nathan Monk apparently about to be arrested, we have a leadership structure, Republicans in power, who are actively defying open government acts and are therefore practicing our government in defiance of the law. We've got a governor who's destroyed public records, 3 separate instances. They've been the explanation was that these were accidents, but I don't buy it. It doesn't matter, however, because in addition to those 3 incidents where public records are destroyed, the public is not being given the full right of access to these public records. You know, before the German Nazi Party came to power, and before their tyranny spread all across Europe and all across Germany, there were laws that were passed and there were actions that were being taken which are directly similar to what we see happening right now in this country all around us. And too many people stood aside and too many people did nothing. And that's the problem in this country right now. These instances that I've ticked off here in this choppy little video are just some of the many that are occurring out there. But there are millions of people out there who are failing to take heed and not doing any damn thing at all about it. I want every one of you, again, to Google Father Nathan Monk. Make that a search term that's important, and then share this video on Facebook and elsewhere. You're going to regret every moment that you didn't take action. You're going to regret every day that you didn't send a letter, that you didn't send to Facebook, or that you didn't pay attention in the years to come. especially those of you that have children and family, because what's occurring right in front of us is the country that you hope to leave to your children and your family is being ripped away right in front of you. Take some initiative, take some action, search these terms, stand up and protest. Don't give up.